Hello. Well, this is the I guess, chapter of the tutorial. And now we're going to continue right after the second chapter. And here I'm going to show you how you can start adding the spawn points to the arena and how you can start testing the game mode and that kind of thing. So we're going to start adding spawn points to the arena. So as we saw in the previous chapter, this is the trigger box that is going to start the arena. So we are going to start playing here in this area. So to put spawn points, basically you have to go here to the static, filter by the mob prefix, and you're going to find some, put a wildcard here, an asterisk, and then spawn. And you're going to find two different spawn points, the normal spawn point and the large creature spawn point. There is a third one, but we are going to check that a little later in the video. So the first spawn point that we're going to put is for a small creature, and it's just basically a drag and drop. And basically when you start the arena and the enemies start to spawn, the main controller of the mod is going to start placing the enemies in this red X here. How the mod know where to put the enemies? It's according to the center of the arena. Basically, when you set the configuration in the terminal, the main script is going to start searching for all the spawn points that are around the center. So, for example, we're going to put this here. Then you can press Ctrl C and Ctrl V and again Ctrl V. So we're going to play first with these three spawn points. We're going to save. And now we are going to the quest that you are creating for your mod. This one here. Double click. Let's go to the script. And the first thing that we have to add is our actors. So to explain a little these properties, you have three options. You have the extend option, the override option, and the list where you're going to put the actors. If you select extend in true, basically your mod is going to start spawning the default NPCs that are in the main controller. So for example, if we open this quest here, the main controller arena, in the script, it has this script that is called main controller actor. If you check what is inside of this in the actor list, basically these are all the default actors that the mod can spawn. But we are not going to use this for now. So going back to the arena that we're creating, we're going to put the extend in false, and we are going to select the override in true. Override means that your arena is only going to use the actor that you are providing here. Something important about this, that you have to do a double click here in the actors, and you're going to see this panel where you can start adding the elements. So we are going to add a ghoul. Press add button, and this is the configuration of an actor. So we are going to look these configurations in details, but we are going to start with the spawnable actor base. So double click here, and here you can select any base actor that you want to put. In this case, we are going to select a level ghoul or feral ghoul. So we are going to select an ambush one. We're going to select botch, so I can explain something here. We are going to put a level feral ghoul. Basically, when the script is placing a level feral ghoul, the spawn of this ghoul is going to depend on the level of the encounter zone. So we're going to click OK. We are going to duplicate this, and we are going to select an ambush one. Ghoul ambush, level feral ghoul ambush. We are going to select this one too. Okay, so basically the leveled actors are going to depend on the encounter zone that we create in the first video. Basically this one, we're going to select arena test. So basically the enemies that are going to spawn are going to be between the level 0 and 100. Basically, every time when you enter in an arena, the main controller is restarting the encounter zone. So basically, it's always going to be aligned with your player level. We're going to close this. And to understand a little how that works, if we go to the leveled character and we search by ghoul, the level chart feral ghoul is what these actors are using. So if you take a look at this, basically, if you are a level 1 player, you are only going to see the level 1 ghoul. If you are level 42, you're going to see level 6. If you are level 62 or higher, you're going to see ghouls of level 8. So basically, if you are level 100, for example, these level ghouls are going to place a random actor that could be from level 1 to level 62. So you can use Vodge, the feral ghoul, or the ambush if you're not if you don't know what an ambush is. Basically, an ambush actor has this trigger, for example, where you see a ghoul walking from under a table or something like that. This kind of animation when they are entering into a place. But for now, we'll use the ambush. It should be the same result, but there is going to be a little difference between these two that I'm going to explain later. So let's remove this one. Let's edit the level feral ghoul ambush that we are adding. And we are going to keep all these properties with the default value. So with this should be enough for now. So extend false, override true, and the ghoul. Then we are going to jump to this part here, to the arena configuration properties. This is where you're going to define the default behavior of the arena. So for example, if you click here in arena mode, you're going to see here in the description which mode is it arena. We're going to start with the first mode, basically the survive all the waves to win. So you can double click, put 1, and now it's going to use the mode number 1. In the alliances, the same. You have 4 options, which is faction alliances. Basically, ghouls are going to be friends of other ghouls, dogs friend of other dog, deathclaw friend of other deathclaw, basically something like that. The number 2 is all the enemies are going to be allies. So basically, this is everyone versus you. The number 3, you're going to receive some enemies are going to turn into allies, and they are going to die after 30 seconds. There is a reason for that, and that's because if you start having many allies in the arena, you're going to reach a point when you're going to have like 20 allies, there are going to be 20 enemies, and that is the limit of the creation engine from Bethesda. So the engine can handle up to 50 NPCs at the same time. And if you put, for example, 100 NPCs in the arena, only 50 are going to be working and the other 50 are going to be standing there until some other NPC dies and the engine can apply the EI rules to that NPC. So basically the arena is capped to up to 50 enemies. That's the reason why the allies are being killed after 30 seconds to have more space for the enemies. And the number 4 is free for all. Basically, this is a free for all match. So we're going to use the number 1, basically a faction alliance. The total wave. How many waves do we want to play? We're going to put 3 waves. Amount of enemies per wave. We're going to put 2. This means that on each wave, there is going to be up to 2 enemies at the same time. This is time between spawn. So basically, we're going to put 1 second. So this means that one enemy is going to spawn, and 1 second after, another enemy is going to spawn. Allow boss injection. We're going to keep this in false. We don't want boss yet. We are going to explain this later. Boss injection only. This is going to be false too. The progress mode. So in the arena mode number 1, you can progress through the wave in 2 different ways. You can progress killing all the enemies in a wave, or you can progress to the waves with a timer. So basically the timer is a little more chaotic. So for example, if you put a timer of 10 seconds, it means that are going to spawn 2 enemies. This depends a little, but it's going to progress based on a timer, not on kills. And the keyword is all kills. So we're going to test the first mode first. The arena progress mode number 1. We're going to progress to the way killing enemies. Time required between waves. This is not necessary because this is only for the progress wave number 2. So there is an error here. This should be equal to, not equal 1. So I have to fix this later. Killed enemies required between waves. We are going to put 3 here. So basically this property is the amount of enemies that you have to kill to progress from the wave 1 to wave 2, and from wave 2 to wave 3. And this one here is the maximum amount of enemies alive in a wave. So in this case, for example, I'm going to spawn 2 ghouls, and the third ghoul is not going to spawn until I can kill one of the first 2 ghouls. And once I kill 3 ghouls, we are going to progress to the next wave. The keys, we are going to keep all these by default because these are for the other arena modes. So this is the initial setup that we're going to use. We're going to test all the ghouls, and that's all. So now press OK, OK, save, and now the ghouls are going to spawn only in these 3 spawn points that we put here. So now let's go to Fallout 4, and we are going to test the first game mode. Okay, it's taking some time, but here we are. So we have 2 options. We can load the previous save that we put, or we can load the point where your quest is starting. If you go to this point, you will have to teleport inside of the arena, and the advantage of this is when the arena is starting, it's going to load all the properties. If you're working in a save game where the arena was already started the quest, you will have to reset the arena in the terminal to take the new configuration. So we're going to go with that way. In that way, you don't have to be teleporting all the time back to the arena. So we're going to go with the faster option. So now we are in the arena. Go to the terminal, go to General Settings, and select Reset. So now this is restarting the quest, and now you have all the new changes. So we are going to keep the configuration mode in default, press Start, and the arena started, survive until the last wave, and this is what basically the explanation. Click OK, the door is open, and we are going to the spawn point. So one important thing before I forget, if we check, for example, this NPC here, and if we check the encounter zone, the current level of the player is 100. So this means that the level ghouls that are going to spawn are going to be really, really hard to kill. But basically almost the maximum level. So now we're going to step into the trigger. They are spawning here. 1, 2, only 2. Yeah, because we have to kill 3 of them. But this is not, let's kill this one. Okay, now that this is dead, the other one is spawning here. If I kill this one here, there are no more spawns because we have to kill only 3 to progress on the way. So let's kill this guy, and now we're moving to the second wave. And the same, we're going to kill this guy, we're going to kill this one, and we're going to kill this one. And we are in the final wave. We're going to kill that. Oh my god, we're going to kill that guy. And the last one. And with that, the arena is complete, so now we can run back to the base. We open the door, and once we step on the trigger, a lot of things are going to happen, but the most important is the door is going to be closed and your companion is going to be teleported at your side. So that is what's happening. And once you finish an arena, you can start to the manager.
Do you need anything from me?
And you can ask for your
Job's
reward.
done. I want my reward. Excellent job, dear. Oh.
And here you have your caps. In this case, I'm taking a lot of caps because I had a lot of arenas completed before, so the reward is going to be stuck if you don't grab the reward every time you finish an arena. So we are going to close the game. We are going back to the creator kit, and we are going to apply some change. We are going to go to the arena that you are creating, and we are going to modify the actor that we are spawning, basically the ghoul. Here, double click in the actor, and we're going to add an effect to the spawn, because right now the ghoul just appearing in front of you is a little ugly. So you can use this property here, the explosion on spawn, to add a teleportation effect. So we're going to write teleport, and this is my own version of the Institute teleportation. I am not using this one because this one has an space image modifier that if you have, I don't know, 50 enemies spawning in 1 second, you are going to get almost blind during that time. So this is the same, but without the image space modifier. So select this option, and we are going to test with this. So click OK. And for example, we can change something here. We are going to say, for example, up to 3 enemies. No, let's say 2, but we're going to play only 2 waves. Press OK, OK, save, and we're going back to Fallout 4. Okay, so remember, if you are in a save game where your quest was already started, you have to reset the arena. General, reset, and we are ready to go with the default mode. So now we are going to have only 2 waves, and the ghouls are going to spawn with a teleportation effect. Number 1, number 2. We're going to kill that one. Number 3. We're going to kill this one. And the arena is complete. So now we're going to close this, and we are going to test the other spawn point. We are going to statics, and we're going to add a large creature spawn point. Basically, the large are these kind of flags. So the difference between the large and the small is the idea is that you can use the large spawn point for large creature like Death Cloud, Behemoth, and things like that. So for example, if you put this small spawn point here, a Death Cloud is not going to fix under this bridge and probably is going to get stuck. So for example, if you want to put a bigger enemy, you can move this. And we are going to put this, I think here we have a little more space. Oh, this is still a small location, but we're going to put some kind of enemies here. So copy and paste. So we are going back to the quest here, and we're going to only update the ghouls since we don't have a lot of space in this arena. So how you can use the large spawn point, basically here where it says is large creature, just put this as true. So basically with the true option, the creature are going to spawn only in the large markers. The allow relocation property is only if you want to relocate the NPCs every 60 seconds. So the reason why I put that relocation is because the creature kit is not really good handling a lot of NPCs and spawn at the same time. So sometimes even when you are telling to the game spawn the creature here in this point and then move them to the closest nav mesh that you have, basically to the closest red triangle, not always is working, and the game is adding the NPCs, I don't know, here in the void. For example, if that is a blood fly, it's going to be flying really, really far from the arena. If it's a ghoul, it's going to be falling to the void for a lot of time, and probably you are never going to be able to kill him. So for that reason, the mod is every 60 seconds relocating all the alive NPCs in a random spawn points. So that's the reason why we have this property here. If you don't want that behavior because you have a boss or something like that, you can put this in false and it's going to ignore the relocation. But right now we're going to keep it in true. So press OK, 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 save, and now we're going to test the large spawn points. So the same that we did before. Go to the terminal, reset the arena, and start the default mode. So the difference now is that the ghouls are going to use the large spawn point instead of the small one. So we step here, and they are spawning here. And the arena is complete. So that's the difference between small and large. Now we're going to close the game. We're going back to the creation kit. And now we're going to test the 0 way to spawn creatures. So we are going to use furnitures for the spawn. So, okay, 1 second. Okay, so in order to use the furnitures, you have to go here to the furniture tab inside of the word object. You write the prefix of the mod, wildcard ambush, and you're going to see all the allowed ambush. So another wildcard, and we're going to write ghoul. So these are all the allowed ambushes for the ghouls. Basically, these animations here. These are the same furniture that the game has. Basically, ambush, ghoul. These are the base from Fallout 4. But the reason why I am not doing using these animations is because even when all these belongs to the ghouls, basically Bethesda didn't put any way to identify which one belongs to which NPC. So we know that this is called ghoul, we can see the ghoul here, but there is no way to identify that. So basically the difference that I put here, if I am basically duplicating this, for example, if we open the ambush feral ghoul under table, I am adding this keyword here, basically ghoul furniture keyword. So all these furniture here are sharing the same keyword. So in that way, the main script, the main controller can find all these furnitures and then can put only ghouls in these furnitures. So we are going to use this one, for example. Drag and drop this here, and you can rotate it, and let's put this, I don't know, here. We are going to put another one here. Something like this. We are going to put, I don't know, from under, I guess. Yeah, this one. We are going to put this here. And we are going to put from above this one here. Right here. We're going to put another one here. I think we are good there. And another one here. Okay, something important about this is these furnitures could be used by only one ghoul at the same time. So for example, if you are spawning 3 ghouls, each ghoul is randomly going to select one of these furniture. So always try to put a lot of furniture, so in that way the ghouls don't have to share the same one. So for example, if you have only one furniture and you spawn 3 ghouls in less than a second, only one is going to use this one, and then the other are just going to appear. So but basically we don't want that to happen. So I always try to put a lot of this one. Now we're going to the quest that you're creating here in the quest. And we are going to modify the actor that we're adding to allow him to use the furnitures. So here in this flag, you'll use furniture, put this flag in true, and the furniture keyword that is going to use is the same that we have here in the furniture itself. So furniture keyword, we are going to type here wool, and we're going to select this one, wool furniture keyword. And we are going to remove the explosion effect, and we are going to remove the large creature too, because are small creatures. And we are going to test with this for now. Just press OK, 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 and save. And we're going back to follow for. Okay, so the same as usual, the terminal, general settings, reset, and now you can start the default arena. And now the wool should spawn with, here there is one spawning from there, and the other is spawning there. And the other one is spawning there. The second wave, the same. And that's all with the arena. So now we close the game, and we can also combine the animation with the explosion. So for example, if you go back here and you put in the explosion the teleport, now both things are going to happen. Basically, it's going to use animation, but also it's going to use the teleportation explosion. In the explosion, you can put anything. You can put a Fatman explosion, a grenade explosion, that is up to you, but I think it's going to be a little chaotic if you put a Fatman explosion every time that the NPC is spawning, and probably it's going to die in the moment of the spawn. Another thing that we can check here is the low mutation. We are going to check this later. The level mode. So you can select the level mode for each enemy that is spawning. For example, we're going to put this in 0. So if you put this in 0, it means that the spawn is going to select always an easy wool. And the other option that we have here are the medium, hard, boss configuration. Basically, this is you want to get always the higher level. This is a kind of medium, but in the case of an encounter zone with level 100, basically medium, hard, and boss are going to have almost the same effect on this. So for now, we are going to select easy, and the number 4 if you want a random selection. So we are going to put easy, and we're going to keep that like that. We're going to select OK, 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 and we're going to save, and we're going to test this configuration. So the same, we're going to reset the arena, and now we're going to start the default mode. So the difference now is that ghouls are going to have the animations, and also they are going to have the teleporter effect, and they are going to be all in the easy level. So there is a ghoul. Okay, so the easy level is not working really well because we are in a level 100, so it's basically ignoring that. Okay, so here we have a little bug. Basically, one of the wool is found there on top, and that probably happened because two ghouls were trying to use the same furniture. So basically, when the engine goes a little crazy and he don't know where to send the ghoul, he's going to put the ghoul in the center of the arena. So probably that's one of the reasons why you would like to put the center of the arena in a playable location. Then we are going to switch that. But we are going to wait a little because that ghoul is going to be relocated. Basically, the timer is 60 seconds, so this is going to be a good example for the relocation of the NPC. And here we have the ghoul. And the arena is complete. So now we're going to close this. And we're going to do a little change. We're going to move the center of the arena here. So this is something that it should not happen. One second. Is this the center of the arena? Ah, yeah, this is the center of the arena. So we're going to put the center here just in the floor. So basically, this is something that should not happen because when an NPC is spawning, the instruction is sending that NPC to the closest nav mesh possible. And sometimes the engine gets bugged and it only puts the ghoul here, it seems, in the top of that, even when it does not have a nav mesh. But you can fix that bug just adding the center of the arena here, or maybe in the barrel here. So something that you can check out the log. Let me take a look at the log. Nav match. Oh no, it didn't put any issue here. Okay, no problem. Okay, so let's go to the arena, and now we are going to test the mutations. So in the actors, you have a flag that is called mutation. So the 0, it means that it's never going to use a mutation. The 1, only the first mutation on the list. The 2 is going to use a random mutation. And the number 3 is going to use all the mutations. So we're going to put the number 2. Basically, it's going to use a random mutation in the list. To configure the mutations, you can go here to the mutation properties. We are going to select extend false, override true, and in this list, we are going to add the mutation that we want to use. So you can click add, filter by mutation. And for example, we are going to select the chameleon. No, I don't know how to say this in English, but we're going to put this one. Then we are going to add another one, which is going to be the bloated explosive. We're going to put another one, which is going to be the Radclaw Restore Hell. Yeah, Hell Restoration. And we're going to put another one, which is going to be the Shielded Berg. So basically, these are the mutations. You can put any mutation that you want. And basically, these are some random behaviors that or extra characteristic that the NPCs are going to have. And in the actor, yeah, well, let's test this. But let's add one extra wave so we can try to see all the mutation. Let's put 4 waves, and let's allow 3 walls at the same time, so it's going to progress faster. Okay, save, and we're gonna, I think, a little more of this. Let's put another one here. Let's put this, I don't know, here maybe. No, that's going to look weird. Let's go with ghoul furniture. What one do we have? Okay, this one. This is a clean furniture. So yeah, something like this. Okay, so I got to climb here. What else do we have? This is, but I think we're good with that. Okay, let's save and let's try with that configuration. So go here and reset the arena. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so now let's test the modification that we do. So if you step here, ghouls are going to spawn and they are going to have the mutations. So for example, if we kill this guy, okay, this one. Okay, this is a ghoul with the chameleon mutation. I don't know what to say that, but he's invisible. Okay, that was with the bloated explosion mutation. This seems to be using the shielded one. Oh, come on, get up. Yeah, that is the explosive one. This one is the shielded one. For a brief period of time, he is invulnerable. Another invisible one. And basically, this is how mutations works in the game. And the arena is complete. So let's close this. And we're going to test the other wave progress configuration now. So if you go to the arena that you are building here, now, for example, we are going to remove the mutations because it makes things a little slower. And we are going to change the progress mode. So wave progress mode, we are going to select the number 2. So basically this means that it's going to progress with a timer instead of killing. So when you are progressing with a timer, you no longer this value because there are no requirements for the wave. So you can clear this and you can select how many enemies do you want on each wave. So we're going to play on 4 waves with, let's say, 5 wolves in each wave. And the time between spawn is no longer necessary because now there is no unspawn between each wall. Basically, it's unspawn on timers. So this is the property that we want to use now. Time required between waves, and we're going to put 10 seconds. So this means every 10 seconds, a wave is going to spawn, and the wave is going to contain 5 enemies. So for this particular case, you will have to kill 20 enemies to finish this. So I think, yeah, let's test this. Let's add more variety of enemies. So now we are only testing the leveled ghouls. We're going to duplicate this. We are going to change the EI to 4. You can use the default value here. The default is number 4. Allow mutation. We are going to select 0, no mutation for this guy. And you can select, let's say, an easy ghoul. Let's put N ghoul. The N ghoul number 1, this is the weakest possible ghoul that you can get. And we're going to duplicate this and we're going to add another one. Let's say an N glowing one. We are going to select the number 3. This is probably the most brutal ghoul in the game. A legendary, okay, yeah, let's be dramatic. With no mutations and using furniture too. If you put these 2 actors in the list, basically there is a 50-50 chance to get this one or this one. If you want to handle the chances of getting a smaller or a bigger enemy, you can only duplicate this. So for example, like this. Here we have 10 elements. So this means that you have a 90% chance to get one feral ghoul, the weakest one, and you have only a 10% chances to get the bigger one. So never put more than 128 actors in a list because the engine does not support more than 128 actors in a list. In this particular list, you can add more than 128, but internally the extra are going to be ignored by the game. So press OK, OK, let's save. And since we are spawning 5 ghouls, probably we will want to add a little more of this spawns in here. Let's put, I don't know, another one here. And another one here. Okay, so that should be enough. Let's save this. And let's try in the game. Okay, so here we have 4 ghouls, and it seems that all of them are the weak one. Now, here we have the second wave, weak one, weak one, weak one. And, okay, yeah, we have another... What? Okay, that is something bad. The reason why that is happening is because the center of the arena is still in the ceiling. So then we can fix that. Okay, we have to wait for the relocation. The reason is because when you change an static element in the game, you have to restart the game to the point where that static component is loaded by the game. So there is a trick that we can do to modify that. Okay, here we have one of the a big one group. So this is only a 10% chances to spawn this guy here. And the arena is complete. We finish all the way. So we're going to close this. And what I was trying to explain is, even if you move this here, for example, and you save the game, for the game, the center of the arena is still here. So if you want to modify that without restarting the mod, you can delete the arena, the center. It's going to tell you that it's used by the quest. Say yes, delete it. Go to static and arena center. We are going to put the arena center here. So then go to your quest here, the quest arena, and you can reselect this new center. So go here, select the arena center. If you double click and then you click back, it's going to be deleted because the reference no longer exists. So you have to select the new one. And since this is a constant property, it can be changed at any time. So click OK, OK, and save this. And now this is going to be the center of the arena. Okay, we're going to test the boss injection now. So go here, and we're going to put a dead cloud as a boss. So I don't remember what is the dead cloud. The glowing one is the number 3, I think. Okay, the number 3 is the glowing one. So to add bosses to your arena, go here in boss to be spawn properties, extend, we're going to select fall, override true because we only want to use the new boss here, and we're going to add a boss. The boss are only allowed in the arena mode number 1, which is the wave progression mode. In the actor, we are going to select and dead cloud 03. And we're going to put an ambush legendary. Should use furniture, we are going to say yes. Which furniture are we going to use? the death cloud furnitures. Basically, the similar keyword for the wool, but now with death cloud. Explosion on spawn. Okay, we're going to use the teleport one. Allow mutation. No, we don't want mutation for the boss level, boss injection. Okay, we're going to inject this in the wave number 4. Well, let's say the wave number 2. Yeah, number 2. Let's make the sample shorter. A specific spawn location. This is only if you want to spawn this boss in a specific place in the arena. You can select any object reference. In this case, we're not going to use this. Is large creature? Yes, it's a large creature. But if you have this configuration here, the spawn is going to add priority to the furniture instead of the large creature spawn positioning. Allow relocation true just in case, and allow mutation. Okay, this is the boss. The important thing in the boss that you have to keep in mind is the boss wave injection, number 2. So we are going to go to the configuration of the arena. Allow boss injection, we are going to put this in true. So now we are going to allow the bosses into the arena. We are going to select only 2 waves, and we're going to change the wave progress mode back to number 1. We are going to clean this. Each spawn every 1 second, the enemies are going to spawn. Amount of enemies per wave is going to be, okay, let's put 5. Time required between waves, this is going to be 5 too. So to progress between waves, we need to kill 5 enemies. There are going to be up to 5 enemies alive, and we are going to allow the boss injection. When you are in the progress mode number 1, the boss is always will to spawn at the end of the wave. So basically, at the end of the second wave, we are going to have the death claw. And we're going to add another boss. We can add multiple bosses. So let's duplicate this. And let's put a Yao Wai, for example. And Yao Wai, I don't remember. Let's say the number 3. We're going to use a furniture for the Yao Wai too. No, we're not going to use a furniture. We're going to use a specific location. So let's clear this. Let's clear this. Boss web injection. This is going to be the number 2. The death cloud is going to spawn in the wave number 3. So when you are in this progress mode, in the wave progress mode number 1, you can inject bosses starting from the second wave and not from the first one. There is a restriction on that, why I made this thing in this way, but in this mode you can only inject bosses starting from the second wave, not from the first one. So we have 3 waves. We're going to put 3 enemies only per wave, so it's not so large. Here we are. Press OK, OK. And we have to add the furniture for the death claw. So this is the same as the wool. We cannot use the clean wall because it's not going to execute since it's a really small area, but we can use, for example, let's use the gutter claw better. Okay, the gutter claw. Yeah, this is from the DLC 4, so we can put this one here. So basically the death claw is going to jump from this location to you, basically similar to the wool. And we're going to put the Yao Wai here. So you can select a furniture for the Yao Wai. Yao Wai sleeping on the ground. We're going to put this one here. So now let's save. Let's go to your quest again, the quest here, and we're going to select this specific location for the Yao Wai. So let's go to the boss list, the Yao Wai, and we're going to say spawn in the specific location, and we're going to select this one. So now the Yao Wai is going to spawn only in this specific location. Let's put OK. We have the death claw in the wave number 3. We have the Yao Wai in the wave number 2. We have a total of 3 waves with 3 enemies per wave. They are going to spawn every 1 second. Allow boss injection in true. and progress mode number 1 with no mutations. Okay, okay, and save. And let's go back to follow for. So let's reset the arena, start the arena, and we can go. So in the second wave, at the end of the second wave, we're going to get a Yahweh, and at the end of the third wave, we're going to get a Deathclaw. Okay, so this is the first wave. This is the second wave, and only at the end of the second wave, we are going to get that is the jet. So now you have the objective of killing the boss. We are going to kill the boss, and after killing the boss, the wave is going to still progressing. So now we are in the third wave. And after finishing this wave, the Deathclaw is going to spawn there. And this is the latest boss in the arena. And with that, we finish the arena. So now we're going to close this, and we're going to test the boss injection in the other progress wave mode, basically progressing between timers. So we are going to the configurations, the wave progress mode, we are going to select number 2. The timer for each wave is going to be 10 seconds. This is no longer necessary. We will have 3 enemies per wave, and time between spawn is no longer necessary. The difference with this mode is that the bosses are going to spawn at the beginning of each wave. So in this mode, you will have to deal with the bosses at the beginning of each wave. And another thing that we are going to do is we are going to remove all of this, and we're going to use a really tough ghoul here, the number 8 legendary. Okay, let's be dramatic. Select OK, and we're going to test another alliance mode. We're going to put the number 4. Basically, this is a free-for-all. We're going to have 3 waves. We're going to have 5 enemies per wave, and the waves are going to start every 10 seconds. So basically, in the second wave, we're going to have the Yahweh at the beginning of the wave, but the waves are not going to continue progressing until you kill the boss of each wave. So let's select OK, OK, let's save this, and let's go back to follow for. Okay, so here we are. Reset the arena and start the default mode. Okay, so let's step back, and they should start fighting between them, and basically this is a free-for-all. So the second wave is going to start now, and there you have the boss in the second wave. So now the only way to progress to the third wave is killing the boss. But basically this is going to give you some time. For example, if you want to kill the wolves first.
Time to die.
Oh, come on. And now we are going to start the third wave. And the death cloud is going to spawn as part of this wave.
Time to die.
Now the boss is dead, and we have to kill the remaining enemies to finish the arena. And now the arena is complete. So I think these are the configurations. This is basically the entire game mode number 1. And well, from this point, you can start escalating this. I mean, for example, if you want to create a kind of arena, a zombie arena, you can start adding these furnitures in the entire arena, so you're going to have more anywhere in the arena, basically. And here, there is a difference between using the furniture versus the ambush versus the Enghouls. So basically we're using the Enghul legendary, and we're going to do something here to show you the difference. We are going to select, we're going to remove the boss injection, and here we're going to select the, let's put an ambush one. No, let's select a level ghoul, but not an ambush one. Basically, an encounter one. This one, level feral ghoul. That should be okay. Yeah. And we are going to do some tricks here. Okay, so when you're not using an ambush one, basically the ghoul is going to use the furniture, but the furniture is going to be activated only if it's in combat. So, for example, how can we do this? Okay, let me copy this one. And we're going to put this one. No, let's add a new one. Furniture. Cool. Let's select a cool one from under. Okay, this one. We're going to put this one here. And it's going to be something like this. I think we're going to need an extra box for this. So let's duplicate this. Let's stack the box here, and let's move all these boxes. Okay, so now it's going to have a more dramatic effect, I guess. Duplicate this. Okay, like this. And the ghoul is going to spawn like this. Let's check the nav mesh just in case. Yeah, we need some extra nav mesh here to work this properly. And I think we're good with that. Yeah, we should be good there. Control F, the nav mesh is okay. Find the covers, check the nav mesh, and save the game. So we're going back to the arena. In the quest, select your arena. And we're going to use a boss. I think this is the best way to show you the difference. So we're going to select here an Enghul 03. We are going to select the encounter. Let's select a level one. Level glowing. Level feral ghoul glowing one. We are going to select this one. And a specific spawn location, we are going to select this one. Is large creature? No, it's not a large creature. Boss wave injection number 2. Yeah, we are going to inject this at the end of the wave 2. Allow mutation? No. We're going to remove the teleportation. We don't want that. And we should be okay here. So we have the boss that we're going to inject in the wave 2. So let's put the wave injection back on true. We're going to have only 2 waves this time with 1 enemy per wave. The progress mode is going to be the number 1. We're going to remove this. We're going to kill only 1 enemy per wave. Spawn time is going to be every 1 seconds. I think we are good now. Yeah, we should be good. We're going back to number 1. The alliances. Yeah, we should be good. So basically, at the end of the wave 2, we're going to inject this boss. And this boss is a level feral ghoul glowing, but it's not an ambush one. So this means that it's not going to be activated at the moment. So let's select OK, OK. Let's say this, and let's try this configuration. So let's reset the arena. Let's start the configuration. And let's go to kill the ghoul. Okay, so this is the first wave. We're going to kill this guy. We are in the second wave. We have to kill this guy to spawn the boss. Okay, now kill the boss. So when you're not using an ambush type of ghoul, basically the ghoul is not going to use the furniture until he enters in combat. So once he detects the danger, he's going to be triggered. Come on, Aida. So now he is spawning. Okay, so you will probably want to use this only if you want to hide some bosses or some ghouls and for them to spawn in a I don't know, it's scare jam way, basically in a suppressive way. Now we are going to test the same configuration, but we are going to use an ambush one. So let's go to the boss here, and in the level feral ghoul glowing one, we are going to use an ambush. The difference is when you have the ambush has an script attached, and that script is going to trigger the furniture in the moment when this actor is spawning. So basically, there is not going to be any surprise there. Basically, it's just going to appear at the end of the wave 2. So let's save and let's test this behavior. Now this behavior is going to depend on a particular property in the script. Basically, it has to be a flag in true, but I think Bethesda put literally all those flags in true because that is what makes the ghoul to use the furniture in the moment when they are spawned in the game. So let's make the try. General setting, reset, let's start the arena. Okay, this is the first guy here. And this is the second one. Now we have to kill the boss. So if we go here, the boss is already enabled, so he already used the furniture. So the arena is complete. So that is the difference between using an ambush one and an encounter one without the ambush configuration. So at this point, we saw the basic configurations. Basically, this is how you can configure this. You can add all the enemies that you want. You can make all the combination that you want. You can add wolves, dogs, riders, scenes, protection, whatever you want. In the arena itself, you can put all the furnitures that you want, all the spawn point that you want. So you can make this as big as you want. Basically, you can use the entire arena for this. There is no limit. What else I'm missing here? I think we cover all the main properties, way, specific spawn, large, relocating. Yeah, we covered that. The same for the boss. For the prey. So let's try the prey. Basically, let's put extend false. Sorry, in false. We're going to test another game mode. So basically, at this point, the game mode that should be working are the number 1, the number 2, the number 5, and the number 7. Basically, with this configuration, all these game modes should be working. So let's going to test all of them. So we're going to configure the prey with an overriding true, and oh no, sorry, not this one. Prey override true, and we are going to add. Let's select level raster. Level raster legendary. Okay. Should just for me to know. Let's put a teleportation here. So we have the raster, mutation, no boss, no blah blah blah. We don't need that. Let's select okay. And we're going to add now something like, I don't know, a hound. Level mutant hound. Okay, so let's put only these two preys here. So basically in the prey mode, the game is going to select any of these to spawn. So we're going to keep this default configuration, but we are going to apply the other configuration using the terminal. So click OK, OK, save. Let's go to Fallout 4. Okay, so reset the arena and change this to default. We're going to play a custom mode. So, for example, let's say that you want to play the escape room. If you're ready to play escape room, it's going to fail. Validation error, and it's telling you that the containers are missing. Also, the doors are missing and the key are missing. So you cannot play this mode yet. Extraction point is going to be the same. It's telling you that there are no extraction buttons. And collect the samples is going to work. So basically we're going to collect only 5 samples with an 80% chance of getting the sample. We are going to select the arena wave progress mode in expiration time between waves. We are going to put 30 seconds. Maximum number of enemies in a wave, we are going to put 10, and it's going to be a free for all. So let's put a start. And let's see how this mode work. Here we have one. This was. Here we have 2. Here we have 3. Here we have 4, and we need. And not this one, and here we have 5. So now that you have all the samples, you can escape from the arena. And we are done with that game. Now, for example, if you want to test... before starting another mode, I'm going to show you how the reward box works. Basically, you can put some ammunition here. I have a lot of that one. Okay, let's put this one. Only adding 1, it should be enough. So your arena points are going to be used to duplicate this. So let's try with that, and maybe with some full here. Let's put another bell. Okay, you have to do that all the time before entering the arena. So let's go here, and we're going to play now. If you read the Westland Mail, it's going to fail again because it's telling you that there are no buttons to find. Let's try the Hunt the Prey. So we're going to select, how many do we have? 5 preys, spawn all the preys simultaneously, and the same configuration than before. Press the start, and now you will be able to escape only if you hunt all the preys. Oh, well, they are always going to try to run from the arena, at least from you and from anyone here. They cannot open doors, but we can help them a little. Come on, Bambi, run. Okay, Bambi does not want to run. So we kill one prey, we kill the other prey. You can also add mutations to the prey, so for example, you can make them chameleons or something like that. That is going to make things more interesting. Basically, normal enemies, preys, and bosses, all of them support the mutation. So, everybody. And we're missing only one. I don't know where it is. Here it is. And now we can escape from the arena. If your companion is having problems and need heal, it's not a problem because when you step on the trigger, he's going to be teleported at your side so you can heal him. Now, for example, if we check the reward boxes, we have some ammunition. Basically, we kill only 5 enemies, so we don't have a lot of arena points to receive a bigger reward, but that is how it works. Well, but I think this is the demo for this. And well, I hope this result helpful for you. And in another video tutorial, I'm going to play how to configure the escape room, the extraction point, and the wetland mile. The escape room is going to be for the latest video because this is the more complicated to configure, but it has some tricks that we have to do, but it should be easy to do. But anyway, this is the tutorial, and that's all for this video. Bye.